Love is a difficult thing, Ben said flatly into his phone, the last sip of coffee bitter on his tongue. Rain tapped the cafe window like a ghost trying to get in. Each drop a memory he'd rather forget. At least I've tried, he continued, eyes distant. Not once, not twice, in France, Berlin, and it won't be here in Newcastle. K. On the other end, K exhaled hard. You talk like you've survived 10 divorces. Maybe love isn't the issue, Ben. Maybe you keep ghosting it. Ben's laugh was hollow. I don't ghost, I debug. He hung up without another word, dropped the mug back into its saucer, and stepped into the cold Newcastle mist. His mind had already shifted gears, from feeling to function, back to binary, back to code. Ben wasn't your average IT guy. He was a digital fixer, a freelance analyst for clients too powerful to trust anyone else. All moguls, politicians, royalty. He knew their passwords, their secrets, their shadows, and when the job was done, he vanished. Like a well-written script, no attachments, no second chances, just contracts, encryption keys, and clean exits. That week, his assignment led him to the Richard estate, a mansion disguised as a prison. Iron gates, mirrored windows, guards with smiles rehearsed, staff who didn't speak unless ordered to. Richard Sterling, the tycoon who owned it, was an oil baron with political ambition. His request, a false cybersecurity overhaul. For Ben, it was just another line of code. Until he saw her, she moved like fog, silent, low, untouchable. Just a maid, dressed in monochrome, carrying a tray down the corridor. Her eyes never lifted, but Ben's pulse did. She passed him 3 times in 2 days, always quiet, always vanishing. He learned her name from a whisper between 2 other maids, Maria. Then one night, as Ben wrestled with stubborn code, muttering at the screen, the semicolons in the wrong place, he froze. She stood at the doorway, hands trembling, eyes wide, apologetic. I didn't mean to interrupt, she said quickly. I just noticed. Ben stared. She was right. Come here, he said. Hesitant, she stepped forward, fingers hovering like she feared the keyboard might bite. Then, with surprising confidence, she corrected the line, then rewrote the logic, streamlined the structure. Ben blinked. How did you? I watch, she said. I memorize. I want to learn more. That moment cracked the code around Ben's heart. In the glow of monitors and late-night silence, they built something fragile but real. She told him her truth. Not all at once, but in pieces, like broken glass. Her parents? Dead. Her guardian? Richard's brother. Her life? Traded like a favor, passed from house to house. No papers, no salary, no voice. I'm not staff, she whispered. I'm property. Ben stopped sleeping, started digging. He hacked the estate's inner system, past firewalls thick with traps, and there, buried deep, surveillance logs, encrypted journals, footage of Maria's room. Every second monitored, every breath logged. And then, one file stopped him cold. His name, labeled on the file liability analyst. They'd been watching him too. Kay, his trusted old friend, wasn't on his side. She was a plant, a snitch. This wasn't a job, it was a test. Ben was hired not to secure Richard's estate, but to secure Maria's prison. But it was too late. He cared. And Maria? Maria was dangerous to the wrong people. One night, she remembered something buried by grief and time. My father, she whispered, worked in clean energy. He found out someone was stealing designs. He said someone powerful was involved. Then, the car crash. I think Richard knew him. Ben went deeper, found a buried archive. Footage, Maria's father, at the estate. A fight, yelling, a silenced gunshot. Maria was never adopted. She was silenced. Ben crafted a virus, a digital ghost to haunt the system. It would trigger a blackout, cut the cameras, and lock the doors, activate fire alarms. Their escape plan. He gave Maria a flash drive. If I don't make it, find a journalist named Cindy Rue, and say, Firewall Rose. She gripped it. I'm not leaving without you. But someone beat them to it. The virus triggered early. They'd been tipped off. Gunfire. Chaos. Screaming. Ben fought through fire and code. Got her to the servants' tunnel. One last whisper. Go. Find freedom. I'll find you. Then he was gone. The next day, local hacker dies in mansion fire was reported on TV. Authorities suspect arson. Maria vanished, changed her name, went dark, but she didn't run. She rebuilt. 5 years later, whispers rose across Africa and Europe. Code Heaven, a non-profit group rescuing girls from trafficking, teaching them code, power, freedom. Its founder, Maria Akachi. No interviews, no photos, just a silver semicolon pendant round her neck. Then, one stormy night, her monitor blinked. A hidden file decrypted itself. Text scrolled across the screen. Still watching _ always goading _ love. Her hands shook. She smiled. He lived, and their mission, had only just begun. Years later, on a quiet Barbados beach under a sky painted in fire and gold, she felt it. That pull. She turned, and there he was. Ben. Alive. Barefoot. Smiling. No firewalls. No screens. No ghosts. Just him. He opened his hand. The old flash drive. Still works. He whispered, just like my promise. She laughed through her tears. They embraced. Not as fugitives, but as architects of justice. Together, they bought a hidden island. No addresses, no towers, just clear skies, barefoot mornings, and encrypted satellite links to rebels who still believed. Ben still coded. Maria still led. They weren't just survivors. They were a legacy, untraceable, unbreakable, untouchable. Maria, once a shadow, became the storm that tech barons feared. Ben, once a cynic, became the believer who rewrote his code for love. But let me ask you something. Would you risk everything for someone you barely knew? Would you burn down a fortress just to light one girl's path to freedom? Would you wait 5 years for one promise? Because in every village, every city, every tribe, there are Marias, there are Bens, and there are stories like this, waiting just beneath the surface. So what do you think? Was it fate, fire, or just a love that refused to be deleted? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this story spoke to you, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more tales from Folktales of Many Tribes, where ancient roots clash with digital ghosts. Because here, every story has truth in its bones, and some fires, they were never meant to go out.